Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and people of all ages, we are back for the full throttle face-off. Tanso versus OGRL, round 12, round 2 from Detroit, Belle. I'm James Parfitt, going to be joined in the booth by Mr. Jim Cunningham here this evening. And, well, after round 1, round 2 is definitely going to be exciting. This has been picked by the boys in OGRL, so we expect them all up the front, right? Well, that's officially how it should happen, but let's have a chat with Jim and see if it actually does work out that way. Jim, welcome in. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good to be here at Detroit Belle Isle, the home of the automotive force of the United States, mostly based out of this Detroit area. Yeah, I don't think it works that way, apparently, because during practice, it was probably about what was it? It was about 5, 9. It was 9 out of the top 15 were Tanso people in the time. So I would say it's not working out exactly the way OGRL had hoped.
No, definitely not. We will be going to Alton Park, which will be picked by Tanso. I'm just going to read the tracks, and then you can tell me which ones you think are Tanso and OGRL. Okay, being OGRL American League. Okay, Alton Park were Britons. Willow Springs, Brands Hatch, VIR Grand Course. Well, out of all of them, we've got 2 English, 2 American, and we've got an English and an American league. You figure it out. It's really not rocket science on who picked which track, but we're going to find out what is going to be going on. We will be doing individual scores as of next week, but this is the team scores. And as you can see, Tanso are out in front by quite a long while. They are on 362. OGRL are on 288. Now, after round number 1, I can tell you Ryan Dudley is leading in the singles championship scores with Ryan Merriam and Rick Wisham in behind, with Peter Woodmore and Lee Rylands in behind that. So it's a 3-2 split on the top 5 for Tanso. So we'll see how this one pans out, Jim. This is a very interesting sort of format that we spoke about and touched on last week. You know, we've got 2 races lined up here this evening. Heat 1 will be 20 minutes and Heat 2 will be 25 minutes with a grid set by how they finished in Heat number 1. 10 minutes of quali, which is what we are going into now. A lot of people out on their opening laps here. That's why we've got no times on the board. But Jim, where do we see this sitting here? This is a very interesting circuit, Detroit. Walls are plenty. Could see how this one works out. Could be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing, I guess, you know, most people get a little nervous around street circuits because they're so tight. Belle Isle is a little bigger than some of the street circuits, and these cars are relatively small. You know, they're not anything like running prototypes or, you know, NASCAR type size vehicles around here. So they should have enough room to get side by side and have a little fun. The problem is that you can't make a mistake. Anything that was going to send you off course is going to send you into a wall and tear your car up. But other than that, I mean, I think that there's, as you look at them coming down the straight here, I think that there's ample room for these cars to get side by side and have a little fun here. You just can't make a big mistake. That's all.
Oh, we're going to find out here. Good evening, Lynn Turner. Good evening to you, dear. How are you? I hope you are well. Cameron Fredericks has just gone and put it on pole. Matt Benson has jumped in the Tanso machine. The times are going to be coming in thick and fast. I can tell you that the leading OGRL driver was Bradley Tidwell, and he is topping at the moment on a 43.846. With Benson in behind that, then Fredericks, McPhee, Bailey, Sanchez, Foster, Hadfield, Lopez and Johnson. But the times will change, I'm sure, as the racing goes on and the qualifying goes on. We will give them a minute, guys, because if we read out everything, the tower's going to flick around like an absolute trooper. And poor old me and Jim are just going to be struggling here. And I think this race, I think, is one of them that, you know, should OGRL really go out and dominate?
I mean, you know, they picked the course, so, you know, you would think, you know, that that's supposed to be the case. But, I don't know, man. This is, you know, everybody's raced these courses. It's not like, you know, it's not like these people don't get around in the different series and they race these tracks and stuff like that. So, you know, I don't know that that's necessarily the case. To be honest, based on what I saw last week, Tanso seems to have maybe a little faster set of drivers, but that's hard to say. I mean, week to week tracks, certain people love certain tracks, like Olton Park. Everybody in the world knows Olton Park when that comes up. So I don't know, but it's supposed to be, I guess you would say that, but I think it's much more equally balanced than that as far as what tracks people should dominate.
Yeah, I think it's really hard because we don't have a lot of tracks where you can sit back and go, oh, actually, only the English might have run them, or only the Americans might have run them. If we were looking at Charlotte Road Course, then I would probably look back and go, yeah, okay, maybe the Americans do run that one a little bit more, And for English tracks, you could look at Knock Hill as maybe a track that the English would probably run more, but it's hard with this calendar because everybody's run Donington, everybody's run Belle Isle, Alton Park. Willow Springs, that might be an interesting one.
See, I was going to point that out. Willow Springs could be that oddball, but to be honest with you, I'm American. I race a lot, and I have yet to race at Willow Springs. It's so it's just not one that pops up on league schedules that often, and it certainly doesn't pop up in officials that much. And it's so I don't know how much more experience the American drivers are going to have there. The problem is if this was in real life, that stuff's regional, so the American drivers wouldn't have driven all those British circuits, and vice versa. But again, these things pop up in officials in different series, and we're running all over the world, so I don't know that the track advantage is too much. Like you said, there may be the select few.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything really dramatic that's going to go and sit back and turn around and be like, meh, oh, that's a Tanso track, that's an OGRL track. I really can't see anything on the calendar that's defining that, I think. And this is the situation. As I said, if OGRL had come forward and said, right, we're going to do Charlotte Roval NASCAR layout, with that Yankee chicane at the end of Charlotte Roval, then I might sit back and go, yeah, and it's hard because there ain't really British tracks that I think anybody's going to be better off than anybody else. I just think that it's going to be who's going to be fast, who's going to be good here, and who's going to want to go on and practice. That's what we're looking for. Brian Merriam goes over the line in first place. He's just jumped up on a 43.002, but you can see a Tanso dominated top 10. It's a 7-3 split at the moment. And it's the OGRL guys are kind of almost, Jim, in a polite word, got to pull the fingers out.
Yeah, they do. I don't know. I think it's just the Tanso guys. And again, I'm not making excuses for anybody, but this time slot in this car was already a Tanso thing. So they had guys that raced this time slot every week. And they had done it for several seasons now, and then this got put together, and they had a couple of OGRL guys that raced over here in this series, but ultimately they had to pull in some OGRL guys to a time slot that they didn't necessarily run in. So I don't know that that maybe the fastest OGRL guys, are necessarily over here. Some are. Ryan Merriam is very fast. And he wins pretty significantly in their GT3 race on earlier on Sundays. But I think maybe it's just if this went on for a couple of seasons or something, and maybe you'd see more of the balance of the OGRL guys.
Yeah, we sitting back that, when you look at them, you've got the likes of David Van Roy, Alfie Nichols, all of these kind of drivers that haven't made it. I'd be interested to see if they, if there is another season of this, which I think it should be. I think at the end of the day, it's been really well received, and I think this could have gone down really well, and we get more and more in from both sides. I think that will make it Very, very interesting indeed. But qualifying has come to the end. You can see Ryan Merriam taking pole on a 43.002. Let's bring you up the grid and bring you through the 31 drivers. It is Ryan Merriam on pole for OGRL, Josh Arnold in second for Tanso, Bradley Tidwell in third for OGRL, then the red of Dan Wareham, Marin Sebastian, Lee Rylands, Matt Benson, Sean Atkinson and Ryan Dudley. That is a literal 7-3 lockout with Will Bailey in that top 10. Then we've got Rick Wisham and Dan Foster in behind them. Then we got Peter Woodmore, Cam Fredericks, Chris Slane, Simon McPhee, Stanley Jr., Egolf Satiro, Michael Champlin, Rick Sanchez, and then Adrian Hadfield, Joseph Lopez, Alan McCain, and Carlos Ruiz towards the bottom end. Dean Cummins, Curtis Matthews, John Johnson, Jack DeGrand, Mark Ossier, Terry Atkinson round out the bottom end with Stuart Briley at the back end of the field. Unfortunately for Stuart there, he is in last place. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hold on to your hats because we're going to be going green, green, green very, very shortly. You see the leader in each team at the moment, Ryan Merriam on the right. I believe all of the Tanso are now in the OGRL, all of the OGRL are now in OGRL liveries. Tansos are still a little bit mixed up. Maybe we'll see them in the white and blue that's on the front row there. But I believe all the OGRL guys, minus Jack DeGrand, if I'm not mistaken, he's still got his Only Hands livery, which is amazing. Is the one,
it's cool.
Yeah, which is the one which is not in the livery. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we go. The first 20 minutes is going to be green, 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 4, 5 lights. And guess what? We are green, green, green. Ryan Merriam gets that car off the line. There was no wheel spin, no smoke from him. He's taking a lead straight into turn number 1 at the moment. He has got Josh Arnold tucking up right behind him here. Merriam doesn't manage to get out. Is he going to get across his nose and block that inside line? He doesn't. He tightens it off here at the moment. And for Ryan Merriam, I think that should have been a move coming down. You can see the spread there. OGRL, Tanso, and all the others in the meantime. But Arnold's going to get through on Merriam. Is Merriam going to be able to run the outside line down into turn number 4? He's not. Here we go. Who's going to come out on top? Merriam's going to be up the inside. It's going to be Wareham. He's taking that line. Is Merriam going to have the inside left for the turn here? At the moment, Dan Wareham, Ryan Merriam still battling it outside to side. Is still fighting out at the front, and now they're fighting with each other. The boys in OGRL, as Ryan Merriam loses 2 spots over the opening part of the course here, and is now battling away with Bradley Tidwell.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that the pole position was the advantageous spot there. You know, that it was almost set up like the second starting spot was a better spot to get through that opening section. I don't guess they had a choice in that. Probably it's already set by iRacing, I would imagine. But yeah, that didn't look to be the most advantageous position to be in to start that race, because Merriam got off pretty good, and he really had no chance there. He never was clear enough to cut across Arnold's nose, you know. So that's a tough spot. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, he did, and now you got him and Tidwell running nose to tail back there.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you now, there's been some incidents further in. Foster's going down the order at the moment. He's dropping like a lead balloon. As Dan Foster has lost an absolute bunch of positions. Also, we've had Sean Atkinson has had a little bit of a moment as well. I think there was actually a moment just literally as we turned away. Jack DeGrand and Dan Foster there, but here is Sean Atkinson's Barney. Oh, he got a tap at the butt. And he manages not to keep it out the wall. What happened with Jack DeGrand and Dan Foster? They go over the line. You can see this run down into turn number 1. Unfortunately, more contact with the boys in back. Chris Lane has also had an incident. Wareham still out in front. Ryan Merriam tucked in now, right behind Wareham. Tidwell's in behind that. We've got Rick Wishon in 9th place overall, with Will Bailey sitting in 10th. So it's a 6-4 split in the 10th at the moment. Here from OGRL and Tanso. Tanso coming out with more at the moment. Big old snap for Ryan Merriam there, Jim. He's got to try and keep it on the old stuff here.
Yeah, these curbs, you know, as we saw last week too, man, these cars are very bouncy. So they, you know, you hit these curbs and it can really upset these cars. They're not very heavy. and their suspension is pretty soft and springy, you know. So that's an official term, by the way, springy.
Okay, well, let's know there's technicalities coming from you there, Jim. As you find these guys still being very springy throughout this race. So, no, so Rick Wishon leading away in ninth. He's got Bailey Woodmore in behind that and Cameron Fredericks. And we got Igor Satiro, who's leading a group of 5 OGRL boys at the moment. And they're ahead of Joseph Lopez and Adrian Hadfield. I can tell you now, in the top 25, it's a 14-11 split in favour of Tanso, but Ryan Merriam is giving Dan Wareham all sorts of trouble here. In fact, Merriam looks like he's going to go and take him around the outside of turn number 3. Merriam's going to have that line. It's going to be the inside for Wareham on the next one of turn 4. Can Merriam keep his nose alongside? Wareham looks covering him off. He does cover him off there. No room at the end for Ryan Merriam. He's just being bullied out here, Jim, and unfortunately for him, he can't clear down Wareham.
He can't, but I will say this. He obviously has a lot of respect for Wareham in the way he drives, because he put his car in a very dangerous spot. If he didn't trust Wareham there to be able to maintain control of his car completely, he would have gotten wrecked really easy, because he had very little room between himself and the wall with Wareham right on the other side. So that just goes to show you the amount of respect he had for him there.
Yeah, Peter Woodmore's been caught himself up in something here. Oh, bro, there's a tyre barrier there. Oh, round he goes, unfortunately for Woodmore. Whoa! Marion Sebastian, Lee Rylands and Matt Benson all jumped to pit lane.
What?
So what have these guys done? Oh, brother. Oh, brother.
Oh,
my
man.
God, 3 of them. 4 of them.
Whoa.
Slow down. Yellow flags. Wow. That
took out
their own
20%
people.
of their team.
Yeah. Sebastian, Rylands and Benson all in pit lane. Oh, man. Tidwell and Wareham have had an incident as well. What has gone on here? It must have been Wareham first. Oh, he's broke. Dan Wareham is broke. Oh, he's thumped the wall.
Yeah, and so did Merriam, I think, huh? Or was that?
Oh, my God.
No, that was Wisham. Oh, look at this.
He turned Tidwell after. So he bumps the wall. His car's broke. Watch Tidwell go around the outside, and then Wareham, still trying to drive the car, goes and spins him. That has mixed up the top 10 now. It's a 5-5 split. You can see all the people in pit lane are all off Tanso after their own incident than they had, where they put 4 of their team in one smash.
Yeah, that was crazy. It was really weird there. Both of those guys, they jumped that curb so hard that both of them hit the wall. But obviously, Wareham got the worst of that.
Yeah, it looks like Rick Sanchez has got himself up. Terry, whoa, man, this doesn't look good, does it?
No.
Was this together? Or did one do something first? Oh, there's a bump there. Oh, no, he does it all on his own. Terry Atkinson. Where is the other one? There he is.
Oh, there it is.
Coming in and just joins him there.
That was a sympathy spin.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was. So both the Atkinsons have had a little bit of drama. Michael Chaplin's just lost some positions there. Stanley Jr. has been off track. We've still got John Johnson in pit lane. I'm not quite sure what John found himself involved in. Oh, it may have been this, to be blatantly honest. We say about taking out your teammates, and we've already watched Tanso do it. Are we just about to watch OGRL do it? Oh my God, we are. Boys.
Man, you know,
that was
car control, man.
I think that was Michael Chaplin who's just gone and sent him off there.
Yeah, you know, why are you racing your teammate that hard like that?
I can't answer that question, I'm afraid. I really don't know the answer to that question. But Wishon now sitting in 4th with Frederick Bailey there. I'm here in spirit. I live and direct from Playa de las Americas, free from broken knuckles. Nice, Mike Dolan. That's lovely, dude. Thanks, mate. How long you out there for, bro? And is it nice out there at the moment? To be fair, we've actually had sun in the UK, Mikey, and you and I will both know that that's a rare sight. So there you go. But let's see how we get on with the rest of this at the moment. You can see on the left-hand side is a 5-5 split. Tanso, OGRL, Alan McCain, biggest gainer in the top 10. He has gained 15 places, is Alan McCain.
Wow.
So a great job from him, staying out of trouble. Curtis Matthews up 14. Tidwell down 13. OCA up 12. Ryland's down 16, Benson 17, Wareham 22, Sebastian 23, Woodmore 18. Wow, there's a couple of people there who've probably not done themselves any favours here.
Yes, definitely.
And there is Sean Atkinson. He's got Will Bailey in behind him. We've got Wisham and Fredericks in front. Eventful again. Lynn, you think? Why are this?
Oh, every week. It's going to be like this every week.
Yeah, I think you are going to see this. And the thing is, it's not just, you can sit back and go, oh, it's this week it was just OGRL, last week it was just Tanso, this week it's this. Unfortunately, today it's been a bit of everybody, isn't it? You know what I mean? Both of them have been having a bit of a bar.
And it was last week.
Yeah.
It was last week as well. Excuse me. Yeah, it's going to be like this every week. This type of racing, these type of cars, you know, they're equally fast, so they stay together. It's just going to be, you know, but that's what makes it fun, though. That's what, you know.
Yep, absolutely. I do agree with you, and I think it's going to be very, very exciting like this, Lynn, for the whole entire time of this season. I don't think we're ever going to see a week where it's not going to be like this, and I'm going to find that very, very exciting indeed, because I think going forward, this could be a very, very interesting series. I think it could be one that's got a little bit of longevity about it. If they play it right and get how they do this correctly, Jim, I feel this could be a nice little season league here, progressing well.
Yeah, it really could. I think originally they were talking about having a third league involved as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where you, oh man, they just one after the other coming through there kissing the wall. Yeah, so that would be interesting too, to throw like a third league in the mix a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Oh, dive, says William Bailey, like he's in a submarine.
Oh, man.
And unfortunately for him,
that curb got him up on two wheels.
yeah, steady. There's more behind you.
Oh no, come on. Oh, man.
All right, he survived, Jim. He survived. He got it.
He did, but he sure scared that Tanso guy to death.
Yeah, he definitely did that. And now we're in that top 10. We're still on the 5.5s. So there we go. We've got Adrian Hadfield's got Carlos Ruiz in behind him. Ruiz is going to try and make the move here if he can. Is he going to be able to? That's going to be the interesting thing. Stanley Jr., Jack DeGrand. Jack looks like he's just had a bit of a drama. He's just lost a couple of places. Stanley Jr. has lost 3 places. So maybe there was some form of drama. But Carlos Ruiz here at the moment, still battling away with Adrian Hadfield for that top 12. Curtis Matthews just up the road a little bit. And we've got Joseph Lopez in behind here. Stanley Jr. is in out, I believe, on that one. Unfortunately for him, so it does look like we've lost a couple of drivers. Maybe we'll hopefully be back for race number 2. But unfortunately for these 2 guys, Carlos Ruiz is going for it here. Will Bailey, Curtis Matthews still fighting it out. Hadfield still got Ruiz tucked in behind him here, Jim, and 7 minutes left of race number 1.
Yeah, this is it's a lot of action, man. It's all over the place too. Great show in there by Curtis Matthews and Alan McCain. Those guys up 15, 16 spots each. You know, that's a big jump in a group like this. They're doing really well. They're both having excellent shows here, as well as Cameron Frederick up 10 spots into 4th.
Yeah, Will Bailey, Curtis Matthews have just swapped places. Not entirely sure why. Sean Atkinson is there chasing down Rick Wisham. Josh Arnold out in front. Ryan Merriam leading the way, and Ryan Dudley is your 1, 2, 3 at the moment, and you've got Cam Fredericks in this battle with Wisham on your screen. This is great fighting taking place. 6.5 minutes left to go, a race number 1, before we go into 25 minutes for race number 2. So we'll see how this one plans out. And of course, race number 2, grid set from from race number 1, sorry.
You had 2 choices there. It was
Look, it was a 50-50 chance I was going to get one of them wrong. All right?
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Atkins is in the wall.
Sean.
Is that on his own? That's going to be the question.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Oh, it was. He was already going.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's so easy to do that, man.
Mm-hmm. He definitely ain't the only one, brother. He definitely ain't the only one. Fredericks giving Dudley a bit of a run for his money for that final 3rd spot on the podium. You see Dudley's carried more speed on the entrance. Is Fredericks going to get more on the exit? He does. Whatever line he's got there, he's got it lined up nicely at the moment. Here we go. Fredericks in behind. He's just bump drafting Dudley. He's going to take that spot on the outside. Watch Dudley going to go flying on it. Fredericks is going to cut back underneath him. No. Dudley does just about hold it there.
Man, I tell you what, that was close.
Yeah,
I got to give Frederick some credit there. He did maintain control of his vehicle, because he could have easily got into the back of Dudley and spun him out.
Absolutely. He could have, just because he carried so much more speed as well. He could have just bumped and run, and he didn't there, Frederick. So fair play to him. Done a great job.
I mean, that's good. That's that's good fair driving.
Here he
I
goes.
like it.
Here he goes. He's going to try the undercut underneath him. Thought about it. Nothing doing at the moment for Fredericks. Is he going to go again here? No. Tucks in, still behind Dudley at the moment. This is battle for the final podium. Dudley's under a little bit of pressure. Fredericks and Wisham in behind, and we've got 4 minutes on the clock. They're going to still get about another 3 laps here, Jim, if they're lucky.
Yeah, I tell you what, Ryan Dudley is doing a phenomenal job of I won't say defending, because that's the wrong. He's not blocking or anything like that. Of just driving well and protecting his spot. He's driving hard, and he's not really, like I say, he's not really blocking him. He's just putting his car quick enough that Miriam can't make a move around. I mean, Frederick can't make a move around him.
Yeah. He's trying, though. Lopez and Tidwell have just swapped places. Oh, that'll be why. And then we got
Oh, man.
Then we got Tidwell's running side by side at the moment. No, that's not Carlos Ruiz. That is a back marker there in front of Tidwell. Who is that? Peter Woodmore in front of them at the moment. Now Dudley Fredericks still going for it. Fredericks is going to look underneath here as well, but he is going to have the outside for turn number 6. He can't make it here at the moment.
Man, I'd hate to see the temperature of Cameron Frederick's tires right now.
Oh, what happened? This is what Lopez went through. You can't come over on. You can't do that.
Oh my gosh!
What's the car on the left? I think it just comes over here. Oh, maybe not. Oh, that's 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Yeah, he got really close to him, and so it, but I don't know that he actually went all the way over and spun him.
Yeah, I think they just ended up with that fabulous internet and got hooked together like that bit of Velcro. But we'll see what happens. Fredericks grabs that 3rd spot here. You can see in the top 10 at the moment. It is 5-5 still. 5 for Tanso, 5 for OGRL. And they've just gone over the line. There's going to be 1 and 1 more here. Josh Arnold leading the way. We haven't really seen much of him, but Wisham is pressurizing Dudley.
Oh,
steady, son, steady. Oof. That could have been scary.
Man, I tell you what, Dudley is just in a, he's been in a blender over here, one after the other coming after him.
Yeah, you can see in the background, it's OGRL, Tanso, OGRL, Tanso, OGRL, Tanso, OGRL, and a back marker. So there we go in front of them here, but we've lost Junior, Brearley and Sanchez for race number 1. We'll see if they come out for race number 2, but 1 minute 37 on the clock. The leader is there at the moment. Oh, he's got boys in behind him to protect him. And they are Sebastian and Wareham. Both of these guys are a lap down from Josh Arnold, so they will just assist him, I think, for the final part of this, Jim, and give him a helpful hand not to get caught.
Yeah, not that he had to worry. He's got a nice lead, man. He's been so far out there in front, we hardly even talked about him.
Well, here we go. He's now going to go over the line for what will be the final lap of the race. Josh Arnold has led the way. He cleared Ryan Merriam on lap 1 by about turn 3. But Cam Fredericks is under pressure from Dudley with Wisham and now Alan McCain in the mix as they're going over the line for the final lap as well. This final lap of these 4 could be very, very exciting indeed.
Yeah, this is a battle right here. Nice one.
Yep. You see there, round the outside is Wisham going to go. Dudley's going to have that inside line going into the corner. Wow.
Oh,
is he going to hold it? Wisham, he does hold it. He sweeps round the outside. Great job from him. Now we've got Atkinson, who's got a little bit of drama going on as well. But Wisham, Alan McCain now running side by side. Wisham gets his nose chopped off from Dudley. And again, they're bumping, they're playing the team game. They're trying to bump McCain forward. Wisham needs help here. He could have done with Fredericks, just giving him a little bit of a buffer. Alan McCain's going to go. He's going to have the inside line for turn number 5. McCain, Wisham's going to try and hold it around the outside again. He's got to come for the inside of turn number 6 here. It is the top 5 spot. They're door banging, leaning and leaning and leaning here, Jim, as they've only got a few quarters to go.
Man, this is crazy. This is some good racing right here. They ganged up on Wisham, something fierce.
Yep, they definitely did. Coming round now as well. We've got one more corner to go with. Oh, Wisham's put it in the wall.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, brother. Final lap as well, but Josh Arnold's going to come over the line. It's not a Tanso 1-2-3 as it looks like on your screen. It is a Tanso win though. Arnold takes the victory in race number 1. Then Ryan Merriam in behind that. Oh, mate, that was unfortunate there. And Cam Fredericks is going to grab third place, I should say, and hold on to it as well. So great job from Fredericks as he comes over the line. Wisham's going to come over the line in 6th after Ryan Dudley and Alan McCain, you bullies, bullied him. And he ended up, bullied him and he hit the wall there. But boy, oh boy, this was one for the masses. Lots of people in pit lane.
That old boy lost his school money, his lunch money, didn't he?
He definitely did. He got bullied there, unfortunately for him. But yeah, great racing from everybody as they come over the line there. Dan Foster is unfortunately down the order as well. He's going to have his work cut out. He's all the way down in 14th. Stayed on the lead lap though, so that was always good. Simon McPhee looked like he had some drama with Chris Slane and Sean Atkinson. I'm not entirely sure what went on here. Let's have a look. I believe that's Sean on the outside. He's got covered off. Whoa! Wow!
Oh my gosh!
What the blinking Nora went on there? So Atkinson gets covered off, and then he just runs into him and runs him over and smack, smack, smack. And there's a wheel sticking up through his bonnet. So there we go.
Said 3 tore up race cars right there. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Man, look at some of these movers we had in this race. Cameron Frederick up 11 spots to 3rd. McCain up 18 spots to 5th.
Mm.
You know, Curtis Matthews up 17 spots. Statero up 11 spots. Man, these are some big movers.
Yep.
Hatfield, Cruz, both. I mean, the top 10 is loaded with guys that came from the back end of the pack.
Here we go for the results from heat number 1. Josh Arnold is your winner with Ryan Merriam and Cam Fredericks behind him. It's OGRL Tanso split there. Then Ryan Dudley, Alan McCain. Then you got Rick Wisham, Egoff Satiro, Will Bailey, Curtis Matthews, and then Adrian Hadfield round out the top 10. That's a 6-4 split to OGRL. Carlos Ruiz, Michael Chaplin, Dan Foster, Simon McPhee, Bradley Tidwell, and Lee Rylands round out 16. And then you've got Benson and Lopez round out 17th and 18th. Then Terry Atkinson finished ahead of Sean Atkinson with Marion Sebastian, Dan Wareham, Dean Cunningham, Ossier de Grand, John Johnson, Slane and Woodmore all laps down. And you've got Brearley, Stanley Jr. and Rick Sanchez there as we go into a brief little warm-up here, Jim.
Yeah, de Grand there in 25th spot was that's the last point-getting spot. So everybody behind that didn't earn their team any points, but so de Grand setting that last points paying position, which is 25th. So good on him for that.
Yep. Good job from him. So there we go. And looking forward to seeing who comes out in race number 2.
The fountain's not running. What's going on with that?
They're on a drought. It's they're on a no water ban.
They're on a no water ban. Yeah.
It's a hose pipe ban. That's what we call it over there. So there we go. It's a hose pipe ban in Belle. Toxic Monkey, Munchkin. Evening. How are you? That is blinking Nora. What the hell is his name?
Who? Toxic Munchkin?
Yep, I know the Discord name. Oh my God. It's Ryan Dudley's mate. They drive. Oh, you're going to have to remind me who it is. I can't remember your name. I'm sorry. It's,
You should get more sleep.
Dude, it's got nothing to do with sleep, mate. It's about the 10,000 drivers that I see a week.
It's true, isn't it?
You know what I mean? It's got nothing to do with sleep.
You do indeed.
So,
yeah, I have to say, actually, you're pretty good. You remember a lot of guys.
I remember. Jamie. Yes, it is Jamie. But what? Jamie.
Jamie, go ahead and help him with the last name too, please.
Yeah. It's really hard because you know when you sit there and you go, I blinking know who that is.
Oh yeah, no. You're definitely not going to remember it then. That's what happens.
Yeah. So there we go.
The hose pipe band. You killed me with that one. That was a good one.
It is a hose pipe band. Why else would the fountain not be running as well?
That's the only reason I can think of.
Exactly. Jamie Dengle. Yep, there you go. I knew that. So stunning.
Now you know it.
Yeah, I know it. It's fine. I got it. It's all good. Don't you worry about it. Right, 1 minute 44 left on the clock. So there we go.
What'd you think of that? What'd you think there? Did you think seemed like OGRL did get a little bit better of the top 10? There was some crazy action. What's your opinion?
I reckon OGRL may have gained some points back, right? But I still think they've got a long way to go. Do you know what I mean?
I agree with you. Yes.
I think OGRL have got their work cut out at the moment. They need some of the others.
Some spicy chat going on in voice chat. I mean, in text chat.
Is there? Between who? Where?
Woodmore and Stanley Jr. talking about.
I don't even know what chat I'd be looking at for that.
Well, you can't look at this one, I don't think, because it's the one on iRacing, which you have your UI shut off. But it's pretty much Woodmore saying,
Well, if it's anything dramatic, let them get on with it. That's what I say.
That's right. Yeah.
Best way to be.
They're having a little discussion about, who took who, not necessarily who took who out, but, show a little respect and, we'd both still be on the track, that kind of thing.
Oh, blah, 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 blah. How's Dudley doing? He's all right, mate. He's not doing too badly at all. So there we go. Well done to him. So be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in how this next race is going to go because you had a couple of quick guys that got either knocked out or put down. I think we got a grid here, don't we?
Yes, nearly.
Yeah, we do.
All right, here's the grid for race number 2. Josh Arnold on pole, Ryan Merriam second, and Cam Fredericks. Then we got Ryan Dudley, Alan McCain, Rick Wisham, Egoff Satiro, Will Bailey, Curtis Matthews, and Adrian Hatfield. Then Carlos Ruiz and Michael Chaplin below that one. Then Dan Forster, Simon McPhee, Bradley Tidwell, Lee Rylands, Matt Benson, Joseph Lopez, Atkinson, Terry and Sean together. Marion Sebastian, Dan Wareham, Dean Cunnings and Mark Ossier, the Jack DeGrand, John Johnson, Chris Lane, Woodmore, Brearley, Stanley Jr. and Rick Sanchez. So hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to find out what goes on here as well as we're going to get this up and running and underway. So keep it clean, get your drinks, get your popcorn, sit back, get ready, because ladies and gentlemen, we are green, green, green. Josh Arnold got it off the line there. Ryan Merriam did not get a great run. In fact, Fredericks may have got a better run than him. Round the outside they go, and it is Arnold's going to wrap up turn number 1. Merriam and Fredericks are going to be alongside each other. They can block it up here, keep it clean here as well. Rick Wisham is in behind that as well, but Ryan Merriam needs to claim that second place to himself. Dudley needs to claim third if he can. Fredericks trying to go around the outside. There's blocking on the inside of Wisham and McCain. McCain has gone round. Oh, Alan McCain's gone round. Oh, lots of people gone round. Blimey. All right.
My goodness. It's
Wow.
a traffic jam.
All of the
Looks
Atkinsons
like Los
involved
Angeles at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Man, there was a lot of people. Right, where are you, Alan? Here we go. What happened then? There was a lot of people here. So he goes up the inside, goes round on his own. Yeah. And then everybody else kind of comes in here. Whoa, look at that behind.
Oh man.
That's a big old pile up. There's a couple of people around there. Unfortunately for them, well, they're going to have to wait and see. But it is Arnold and Merriam out in front at the moment. And it was a big old stack
several
up.
cars got tore up in that. They're in the pits.
Yeah, Atkinson, Cummings, DeGrand and Slane on that one. What happened to Dan Wareham? Well, we had a bit of drama in race number 1, mate. He went and thumped the wall and ripped the tyres off the car. So there we go. That's what happened to him. But it is Arnold out in front at the moment. And then Ryan Merriam, Ryan Dudley, Wisham, Fredericks, Bailey, Matthew Satiro, Rylands, Hadfield. And as you can see at the moment here, it's a 6-4 split in favour of OGRL. Merriam's putting Arnold under all sorts of pressure there. And is he going to make it round the outside? It looks like we might be having a go here from Merriam. He's lining him up. Is he going to be able to make it round? That's going to be the question. He's still running the outside line. Merriam's going to have the inside for the next left-hander. He's put Arnold all the way out. He leaves him a bunch of room. Bro, that was way too nice. And look at the difference. Arnold literally squeezes him like a blinking orange in a juicer.
He does.
Yeah, but Merriam's going to now try the run all the way down to the next right-hander. Merriam's not going to quite get there, I don't think. You can see the rush of OGRL in behind these guys. These Tansos, he got it round the outside, Ryan Merriam. Great job from him.
Yeah, and he did it clean. Like you said, he left the guy plenty of room, no danger of them coming together. That's, you know, but maybe a little too much room, but nevertheless, he pulled it off.
Yeah. Great racing from all of these guys now. It is, you can see it's 2, 4, 5 OGRL to 2 of Tanso. Still battling like further down as well. Michael Chaplin's the last on here. He's having to go with Dan Forster. Then you've got McPhee in front and Hadfield. So Chaplin's got some climbing to do. He has got Egoff Soterio in there. Maybe Egoff can act as a runner. A bit of a sort of a gunner almost.
Yeah, I mean, if they, you know, it's, you know, I laughed when you said that, but the reality is, you know, if you play this team game right, you can help your teammates move up spots. You know, I mean, you really can.
Yep. You see in the background there, they're almost 2 and 3 wide. Simon McPhee, Forster, Chaplin. Chaplin manages to hold on. Satiro's...
Curtis Matthews got into something.
Yeah, Curtis Matthews is there. Looks like Ego Satirio's there as well. Is this another taking out your teammate scenario? No, he went round on his own. And then everybody else... Oh, I think there was a bump there on the back, actually. Did Satirio get a bump? Did he take a little knock on the bum here, or did Matthews? No, Satirio there avoids it. Oh, no.
Oh.
That was a scared spin, wasn't it? That was, please don't hit me spin. As Fredericks Wisham and
overreaction, yeah.
Yeah. Wisham's there.
That changed things up quickly.
Yeah, it definitely did. Within that top 10 at the moment, is now back to 5-5. The Grand moving up. You can see that further down. That's because Brearley's in pit lane as well.
Oh, man.
Ryan Dudley.
Cameron. Was that Dudley or
no? No, Dudley's had a drama though. Oh my God, that was
he got helped into his drama.
Yeah, Rick Wisham gave him a little bit of a kiss on the bum there, I feel. It could be one disputed for the ages, but Merriam and Arnold running side by side here. Merriam manages to hold on from Arnold, who's putting him under all sorts of pressure. We've still got 19 minutes to go.
Yeah, no, this is, you know, I mean, well, again, I don't know why we're surprised we get all this action. It's going to be like this every single week, every race.
Yep, it definitely will
really
be.
Is.
I think this is a continual thing here. Dan Wareham trying to move through. Oh, something's gone on with Fredericks here and Lee Rylands.
Oh, he's in trouble, yeah.
Don't know if Rylands has had... Oh, that kicked off before they got there. Oh. That's Will Bailey. So he's gone in... up he went.
Oh! God, he almost flipped the car. He hit the curb so hard.
And that's how that one worked out for Fredericks. Do you know what? I feel a lot of this is just sometimes drivers throwing it away on their own.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Bang, into your teammate, go across the track, on the... Well, it was kind of on the brakes. And then unfortunately, that was it. Yeah, ish. I think there needs to be some form of wording on that one. But it's now a 6-4 split. Tanso in the top 10. And that is not what OGRL wanted.
Oh man, they were 7-3 in the top 10 5 minutes ago, and now they're, you know, boy, it's completely flipped upside down on them.
Yeah.
And if you, from their perspective, if you look down low, there's way too much purple down low for these guys.
Yeah.
A lot of red up top.
Definitely. So unfortunately for him, for OGRL, they need help. I don't know where it's going to come from or how this is going to evolve, but out is Woodmore, pit lane Benson Fredericks, out is Brearley Cummins, pit lane Slane and Atkinson, and out is Sanchez. Ego Satirio has just been overtaken there by Alan McCain. Has just cleared him. Oh, McCain has just thumped the wall, mind you.
Whoa. Oh, he's going to lose it too. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, Alan McCain. Dude, he's gone from the dizzy heights of 5th to 13th. That is just painful for him.
How many people have done that, though? Look at this. Cameron Frederick, Alan McCain. There's so many of them that have dropped. Satiro, Curtis Matthews.
Crazy, isn't it?
And a lot of it is unforced errors. That's, hitting a curb too hard and ended up taking out a teammate in the process, or, and it seems like kind of Tanso did that in the first race. They got involved, took out a couple teammate shots, and it's just like it goes. I guess it's a ebb and flow, a back and forth thing. So
Yeah, but it's just not taking out teammates. You know, this is a team series.
I know.
Whoa!
Look at that! Holy cow! How did he get that thing on 2 wheels? He didn't even hit a curb.
I have no idea.
Did he? I don't think he hit the curb.
No, it was already up on 2 wheels before.
Look at that.
Wow. That's impressive.
That was strange. That's almost like that was almost like a netcode
Whoa!
thing. Oh man! There you go. Talk about taking out teammates.
Foster and Hadfield. Now the question is, was there contact before that? No, he's gone in all on his own. Then he's gone round.
No, he lost it.
Then he hit OGRL. And unfortunately, it's a roundabout. But Arnold and Merriam have kept the racing very, very clean here, Jim. Big shout out to them, I think, at this moment in time, because these guys have done an absolute stellar job. Yes.
Well, I mean, let's if we're being realistic, these are probably the top driver from each team, you know, as they demonstrated last week, this week, you know, and yeah, super clean, like you said. That's it's been, you know, that's what you want to see.
Yep, you do, 100%. And these guys have done a great job there. Ryan Merriam opens up a bit of a gap. John Johnson is finding himself in a nice little battle. However, it is with his teammate of Adrian Hadfield. So fair play to John. He's up 12 places. Dan Wareham up 16. Biggest gainer in the field. The biggest loser is Cam Fredericks, down 18. And that is unfortunately the biggest loser of the evening. As they go over the line, Wareham's going to get Champlin. I don't know if Michael really fought that one, Jim, to be honest with you.
No, it didn't seem like it. So somebody we haven't mentioned in 8th place here, and I'm not, it's Marion Sebastian, I believe is how you would pronounce that.
Yeah.
Up 13 spots. I don't know that we've mentioned his name this week or last week. What a great run. I mean, I would just want to mention him and shout out that's a fantastic run, up 13 spots into 8th place. You know, good on you, man. That's fantastic.
That's my job after being in a big incident with your teammates. You know what I mean?
Right.
So fair play to him. Atkinson there has just lost, I believe he's having a battle with Bailey. I think Bailey managed to hold on to that place. But Terry Atkinson there having a fight with Bailey. There he is. There's Bailey in front. So, fortunately for them, they're going to just have to keep going and see how they get on. 13 minutes on the clock remaining, and this is one of the closest battles with these guys up the front here. They're very more spread out this week than they were last time.
Yeah, yeah, they are. I think probably the course has a little bit to do with that, because there's some people that these walls will get a lot of people pretty tentative, you know. But I have to say, between up here at the front, Merriam and Josh Arnold, I mean, less than a quarter second apart from each other. You know, that's usually don't see that. By this point, somebody's checking out a little bit, and that's definitely not happening here.
Yep. Oh, Dudley and Wishon, they're running side by side. Dudley's just cleared Rick Wishon there. And can Wishon get it back? Foster's in pit lane. Dan Forster in pit lane. Just lost a couple of positions, but Wishon and Dudley did pass him. So we'll see and keep an eye on whether or not Wishon's going to be able to make this move here. Is he going to be able to get clear? That will be the question, though, Jim.
Yeah, you know, those two, they were kind of mixing it up a little bit last race also. It seems like he's kind of pulling away, and he's got a teammate there, I believe is a lap car, that, well, he's not doing him any favors exactly, but...
That's because it's Jack DeGrand, and it's part of the OGRL team.
Oh, is it? Okay. My bad. Yeah, see... It confuses me when I don't have an American flag or the team colors to look at.
Yeah, that was Jack DeGrand there. He could have done a job holding up.
Could have done a better job,
yeah, he didn't though. But Alan McCain is here. He's got Hadfield now. McCain's on his way back through the field. Great recovery from him. We've still got Arnold and Merriam up front as they're continuing a fight with 10 minutes to go here. So still action on the board. Who's going to come out on top? Jim, and once more, it's a 6-4 split for Tanso in that top 10.
Yeah, it's crazy to think how that looked with 5 minutes or so into this race. You know, 7-3 or 8-2 or something like that, and now look, it's completely flipped on its head. You know.
Yeah, flipped completely on his baronet. So there we go. But Ryan Merriam and Arnold keeping it nice and clean at the front. Neither man playing any dirty tricks. They're just straight up racing. The car in front is in 20th. That is Cam Fredericks, who's all the way down 17 places for him. It's going to be guttering if he gets lapped.
Yes. Yes.
Well, there you go. Short and sweet from Jim Cunningham. Yeah, as well.
I'm sorry.
Ryan Merriam and Josh Arnold there.
That was short.
Driving. He comes in with a 2-word answer. Yes and yes. All right, I'll talk some more, Jim. Thanks very much for that.
I was looking at the timing and scoring, trying to figure out what was going on with a couple of people towards the back. And, you know, I can't do two things at once. You know, I can't walk and chew bubble gum. So, you know, you caught me when I was chewing, so I couldn't walk. Sorry.
No worries. No worries. Right. Chaplin and Sebastian are going to have a nice little battle here. Is Chaplin going to go through? No, he's not. He is going to keep him honest, though, as is Arnold and Merriam up front. They're keeping each other honest at the same time. So Rick Wisham in there, Dudley's in there, Arnold's there, Wareham's there. Top 4 fight could be interesting. We've got the leaders running side by side at the moment. Merriam's giving up the inside to Arnold. Arnold's going to hit the inside line. Keep it clean, gentlemen. Yeah, he's going to have the inside for the next one. Merriam's got to keep it around the outside if he can. Arnold covers him off. That would have given Merriam the inside, and he didn't there. And unfortunately for Ryan Merriam, he gave up that inside line, which I'm quite surprised about.
Well, to be honest, he did that in the first race as well, and the same thing happened to him. So that's it, yeah.
What are we saying? Don't give up the inside line going into turn number 1?
Clearly, yeah.
Okay.
But the observation that I was about to mention when Merriam was still out front is when Arnold got out front last race, he pulled away by a huge margin. And Ryan Merriam was not pulling away from Arnold. And so now it'll be interesting to see if Merriam can stay on his bumper, which right now it looks like he is.
Yeah. Well, he nearly kissed his bumper there.
He nearby kissed it, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, car control, they're not touching. They're running inches apart and they're not touching.
That's the thing, isn't it? There's been a lot of people throughout this race that haven't managed quite to run inches apart and not touch each other. Do you know what I mean? It's been really sometimes to watch hard because you think you probably should have given him a little bit more room there. But Merriam's still keeping up with Arnold. And Josh Arnold is still out in front. What's going on with Wishon and Dudley? They're having a right little ding-dong. Dudley's covered Wishon off. Goes into turn number 1. So these guys are 14 seconds back from the leaders, Jim.
Yeah. Well, you get two guys running nose to tail that are as fast as those two. You know, they were just pulling away tremendously.
Yep.
I find it very interesting that but what you said though about guys maybe should give more room. You know, these kind of cars lend themselves to a developmental series. You know, obviously we've seen Merriam. I'm not real familiar with what else Josh Arnold runs, but we know Merriam is a top GT3 driver as well. We know that. You know, so I think what we're seeing is guys towards the middle to the back of the field are in that developmental stage, and you know those are the kind of mistakes you make when you're in that spot. You know, you just misjudge that little bit, whereas guys that are at the top level can push it a little harder and not make those mistakes.
Yeah, and it seems like these guys aren't making the mistakes. There's Atkinson Jr. having a right little ding dong further back here. Terry Atkinson's just cleared Stanley Jr. Stanley Jr. just cleared Atkinson. So they swapped places twice already. Is Junior going to go for it again? Nope, not this time. Fair play to him, because I thought he was going to go and dive in there. But he didn't. So fair play, Mr. Stanley Jr. McPhee is locked in behind Dan Wareham. Mariam Sebastian is in behind that with Michael Champlin, who's lost a little bit of time back there. But we're still on a 6-4 split. Last place held by OGRL is 10th, and that is Curtis Matthews. But the leaders are very in and out here.
Which Curtis has bounced back nice. He had that spin and dropped down. I don't know how far he went down, but it was significantly past 10th, and he's worked his way back up nicely to 10th place.
Yeah, but there's been a lot of people that have gone around, you know, in front of him.
I mean, true, but nevertheless, you know, it's a good recovery for him.
Yep. It definitely is. I wasn't taking anything away from Matthews there, and just unfortunately, as I say, there was a lot of incidents in and around that. What has gone on here with Mr. Junior? Oh, that's... Oh, hello.
What? Wait a minute. And then he was... Oh, yeah, he's...
That's not going to help. We'll stay off at Stanley Jr. John Johnson and Carlos Ruiz. Ruiz there has just lost that place to Johnson. McPhee and Marion Sebastian.
Yeah, so Junior tore the car up. He's in the pits.
Well, we couldn't really see much of it, Jim, as Ryan Merriam and Arnold
no,
were
at the
together
end,
again.
though, right when it was blinking at the end, you could see the car was sideways, and then it hit the wall on the last little blink there. So, yeah, he tore the car up.
Yep. Well, Ryan Merriam and Arnold still going at each other. It's going to be about 3 laps here.
Hats off to Ryan Merriam. He is staying with Arnold, like I talked about earlier. I questioned whether he could do that or not.
Yeah.
And he is.
Well, he definitely is. Oh, there's a nasty bump in that straight. You saw both of the cars raise up there.
Yes.
So, there you go. Junior and Ossier are both in pit lane now, unfortunately. Looks like Ossier's just drove in on his own. But a lot of people in pit lane. Junior, Ossier, Lopez is 2 laps down. Benson's still running. Slane's out. Woodmore's out. Burley's out. Cummings out. Sean Atkins is out. Jesus. A lot of people as Ryan Merriam and Josh Arnold continue to fight. On board we go. Merriam's got his window wipers flashing. Not sure why. But
he probably hit it turning the wheel. I do that every now and then too.
But is Ryan Merriam going to be able to get past Josh Arnold here? Hadfield
He's giving him a run right here. Holy cow.
Trying. Oh, Arnold's hit the wall.
Was that enough? I don't know.
Nope. It wasn't.
What do we got?
2:53. Yeah, it's going to be one more.
Yep. Man, Merriam has turned up the heat, though, huh?
Mm-hmm. He is putting Arnold under all sorts of pressure here. Alan McCain's just had an incident. He's dropping down the order. We'll have a look back at that in a minute. We'll see what happens here with Merriam and Arnold going down into turn 1. Is Arnold going to give up the inside? I doubt it very much. Is Ryan Merriam going to get there? I doubt that as well. No, he hasn't. He's got this corner to get right, and he's got another straight after to have another go at him. Ryan Merriam trying to get rotation in that GR86. Here we go. The OGRL Tanso top 2 fighting it out as they're going on the run down into turn number 3. Is Merriam going to have a go here? Is he looking at making the move? No, he doesn't. Too far back, Jim, at the moment.
Yeah, he was... you know, at this point, I think he's probably still trying to force Arnold into making a mistake, just riding him real hard. And I think we're going to see that one shot coming up here in this last lap or lap and a half. He's going to take one stab at him.
Yeah.
But you can see he's racing him hard to try to force him into a mistake. Sorry.
I think he's only going to have one opportunity. That's what I was going to say,
yeah,
Jim. I think he's only going to have one move.
Yeah, and, you know, again, I think he's really trying to force Arnold into, you know, making a little boo-boo, catching a curb funny or something, and, you know, and just trying to force his hand that way. But I tell you what, it's very tough to race that close to someone behind them like that because you can't see the apexes near as well. That's something that,
That's Alan McCain. He's having a dreadful one. He's had about 4 incidences. It looks like he's hit a wall and ripped the suspension off that 86. His front right is collapsed on the car. Here we go. Arnold's going to go to the inside. I wonder if Fredericks is going to play a part here. I'm not saying he will. I'm just saying at the moment,
there's a white flag.
Fredericks play a part in the lead battle? Is he going to play a part? Does he want to play a part? He could well play a part. Ryan Merriam here. Gherkin Flesh, come on, dude. Keep it clean. Ryan Merriam, if you're a driver and you're in the league, dude, discuss it in the Discord, not in YouTube chat. Oh, Arnold there, almost getting a slide on. Merriam's trying to go around the outside again. Is he going to get that nose? No, Arnold covers him off. Through he goes, round the left-hander. Has he got the opportunity? No. Oh, he hasn't got many left now. Oh, Ryan Merriam. Thank you, Gherkin.
Yeah, that might have got him right there. He had a little twitch, and that might be just enough separation that Arnold needed right there.
Yeah, well, here we go. There's not many corners to go. I'm going to write down my prediction on a piece of paper already. I may be premature, but we'll see.
I don't see Ryan Merriam sending it wildly. That's not his style.
No.
If it's going to be second, it'll be second. He's not going to do some crazy sin to try to win the race. That's not how he drives.
Well, we're going to find out. There's Cam Fredericks. If I was Fredericks, I'd let him go. Then I wouldn't have to drive and do one more lap, to be blatantly honest. But there we go. That's just me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Driving on me, Todd. I'd finish the race now. I ain't going to lose a position. Oh, Merriam's tagged the wall, and it is going to be Josh Arnold. 2 for 2. Fair play, boys. You have had a stonking battle. Wow, well done to them.
That's what it's all about right there, man.
That is how you drive.
Good. Well, that's a clinic right there for those two.
Yeah, Ryan Wisham goes over the line. He's going to come over in 3rd place. So great job there. Whoa, what's going on here? Whoa. Hold on. What has gone on there? It's Ryan Dudley. Oh, he's already loose. He's already loose. There's a car there. Oh, it's one of their own. Oh, Chaplin sneaks through. But that was one of his own. Oh, Ryan Dudley there loses places. That
hurts.
Yeah, Marion Sebastian, Curtis Matthews goes over the line. Terry Atkinson trying to clear Carlos Ruiz. He's got one more corner to go. There you go. No, I don't think Atkinson's going to do it this time.
No.
And over the line he goes. Carlos Ruiz does stay ahead of Terry Atkinson, who finished 8th in his team, 15th overall. And then we've just got to wait for the last couple of John Johnson and Cam Fredericks. Comes over the line, the last one there as well. I still think he should have slowed down and let him overtake him. And he wouldn't have had to do this.
No, that was the move. You're right. But sometimes you don't think like that when you're out there, but
that was the move.
That was the move. I agree.
I agree. I think I would have just backed off and let them go through. Right, here we go. Here is the results from race number 2. Josh Arnold is your winner, taking 2 for 2. Ryan Merriam grabbing 2 podiums in 2 second places, funny enough. Rick Wishon in 3rd, and Dan Wareham, Simon McPhee and Lee Rylands. And you got Michael Chaplin, Ryan Dudley, Mariam Sebastian, Curtis Matthews, Adrian Hadfield, Bradley Tidwell, then Igor Satiro, Carlos Ruiz, Terry Atkinson, John Johnston, Cam Fredericks, and Jake the Grand rounded out that as well. Now, then it was Alan McCain, Dan Foster, William Bailey, Stanley Jr., Joseph Lopez, Mark Benson, and Mark Ossier. Now, let's not forget, in the top 5, it's the top 25 to score points, and it's a 13-12 split to Tanso. So Tanso got the most point scorers again here in race number 2. Then Slane, Woodmore, Brearley, Cummings, Atkinson, and Rick Sanchez. there once again. We have got Rick Rashad waiting for a chat, so we will have a quick chat with Rick. Rick, welcome in. How are you?
Feel good, sir, after that one. That was a rough race.
Bro, there was a lot going on, including a few little bumps with yourself.
Yeah, there in the first race. I mean, we're running really close, and everybody's checking up a little bit earlier, I guess. And I was a little late on my braking with Sean. Waited. If he caught up with me, I was going to give him the position back and send out my apologies to him. Sorry, Sean. And then that second race, I guess I tapped Dudley there a little bit, but when he caught back up with me, I gave him the position. And then race was on after that.
Yeah, and then, then Dudley made a mistake, and then basically there was a lot of incidents going on and around it. How is the racing out there, bud? Because boy, oh boy, does it look fun.
Well, I don't know, fun. Maybe it's definitely close, tight racing. It's kind of reminds me a lot of running through a rat maze, right? Everybody's just tight and close.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be fun. So if you're not having fun, Rick, what we're doing here?
Exactly.
So there we go, buddy. Well done, mate. Congratulations on your third place and your sixth, I think it was, in race number 1 after you breaking the car on the final lap and 2 corners from home. But we won't go on about that, Rick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Dude, that's you guys for the broadcast. It's always awesome. And the Tanso and JP there for putting all this on, him and Curtis. Man, it's a lot behind the scenes, I'm sure. I really appreciate them all doing that. I know it's a lot of tough racing today for everybody, but hopefully we can move on to the next better track and have some good racing.
All right, man. Well, fair play, fella. Have a good one, mate. And I'll catch up with you
All
soon.
right, maybe we'll get to talk to you again sometime.
I'm sure you will, buddy. Have a good one, man.
All right, later, man.
All right, next up is the man that come over the line in second in both races. But boy, oh boy, did he have a right ding-dong with Josh Arnold in race number 2. Loved it. Ryan Merriam. Ryan, welcome in, bud.
What's going on, JP? How's it going?
Me, I'm rolling, dude. I've just watched some great racing. I've watched you finish second. I've watched you twice. But then again, I've got to pick up on something, Ryan. You did open the door up into turn number 1 for him to sneak underneath you.
Yeah, I turn 1 and 2 of this track were he was way quicker than me. I was just I would kind of pull away from him a little bit, and then he would get me in that corner, and then of course the draft all the way down. I was trying to hold the middle of the track, just because these curbs are so deadly. I honestly didn't think he was gonna go that far inside. I thought he would try the outside, but probably a foolish thought there in the end. Because yeah, he did get me, and I probably gave him a little more room than I should have. But yeah, it was fun. A lot of good battling between us. It was really clean as well, so that was fun.
Yeah, I think the thing is though, Ryan, you're not that form of driver that would instantly all of a sudden throw a block up the inside of him. Do you know what I mean? I think
No.
You know, I think Jim said it in going into the last lap. He said, you know, you're not anyone to take stupid dives. If it's second, it's second.
That's right. Yeah, I'd rather finish, especially in this format. I'd rather make sure I finish with good points than try a last lap dive and kill the car, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Ryan, well done on your both second places there, buddy. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, you guys, looking forward to watching the race. There were some interesting things. It was a crazy one in the Discord, I'll say that. There was a lot of, I just want to say one thing. There was a lot of disagreements going on from our guys. I'm sure this track brought out a lot of mistakes from people, and you know, I just want everybody to keep their cool, and this could be a real fun series if everybody just tries their best to keep it clean.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was getting raced by lap cars going in the first heat. People are defending too hard and killing themselves. You know, it's just, if everybody keeps their head, defends smart, this could be really fun. So let's keep it that way. But yeah, shout out to you guys, the normal crew, and looking forward to the next one.
The thing is, for me, Ryan, just really quick, I'm just going to pick up on something you said there. If anybody has any doubts of how to drive and keep it clean, go and watch the last 3-4 laps of this one. Because you and Josh, you were inches apart, bruv, and you didn't touch once.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just about respecting the other drivers. And that's what everybody wants. I like to just go. It's like the golden rule, like race how you want to be raced. So,
Yep.
you know, if I'm, if I'm trying to race, catch second place, and then some lap car decides to throw it into a tight corner, especially on the track like this, and slow me down on purpose, which I know was going on, I'll just remember that next time if I find myself a lap down. But if that's the attitude we all have, it's just going to snowball into a
No, it's fine,
crap
bro.
series.
I do agree, Ryan. I think you're right.
I think let's just all race. Let's just keep it clean, have fun, and
Yep.
just respect the other guys. If some guys got pace on you, just respect him, give him room, get him back in the next time.
I agree.
That type of stuff.
Well done, buddy. I fully agree with
But
you.
shout outs to Josh as well. That was a lot of fun. I was hoping it'd go on another 20 laps because we were having some fun.
Yeah, you definitely were. Right, buddy. Have a good one, mate. I'll catch up with you soon.
Sounds good, JP. Take it easy, guys.
Take care, man. See, there you go. Easily done. Gherkin flesh, whoever you may be. It's easily done if you just follow and look back over the last few laps of this race. It was epic racing, Jim. I've got to be honest. And there is probably quite a few people who could learn from that last few laps from Josh and Ryan there.
Absolutely. I mean, and again, not even necessarily in a negative way. If you want to grow as a racer, I mean, not only the last 3 or 4 laps, you could watch those guys. You could focus on those guys for basically the whole race. They ran within a second of each other the entire time and were clean as could be.
Mm-hmm.
You just, learn it, learn, just watch what they're doing, and when somebody faster than you comes along, let them go by, watch their line, figure out what they're doing that makes them faster,
Yep, I fully agree on that one. Got to get cleaned up, Brad. Take it up with the owners on that one, buddy. As I've told Gherkin, let's keep it out of YouTube chat. There was a bit of it from everybody, dude, to be honest, both sides. So there we go. That's going to wrap it up for this evening as well. I've been James Parfitt. I've been a long time. Jim Cunningham, as always, take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on a track sometime. Good night.